Yesterday, I pulled the trigger on this. This is the DJI Ronin S Gimbal, and I show you some of my very first test footage, as well as some of my first impressions using it for the very first time. Obviously, first impressions, first time. Anyway, let's get into it. Welcome to the channel, folks. My name's Shane. Don't forget to subscribe and also click notifications if you're new to the channel. Now, this particular gimbal was something that I took a few months to decide on, but I'm very glad that I ended up going for this. I'm going to do a full review of this gimbal coming up on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to show you some test footage down the beach that I shot yesterday evening. Now, I should also point out the beach that you're about to see doesn't actually have any waves. It's a bay. So it was extremely windy, which meant it was a good test for this. It was coming up to sunset. It looked pretty beautiful. So you can see a mix of footage right now, shot in both 25 and 50p. So the 50p footage in HD will be slowed down to 25p, so you get that slow-mo effect. And all the 4K footage would be shot at 25p, which is our PAL frame rate. I'm using the Panasonic G85. I'll leave all the links in the description to the stuff I'm using in this particular video, and then at the end, I'll give you my first impressions, and I'm also looking for some feedback from you guys as well. Let's check it out. What are some of my first impressions after using this? I really like the footage that I got for the very first time. I thought that was good. It will improve over time also. I started to feel out how best to use this as well. I think it's definitely a two-handed job. This isn't too heavy. Like with this particular camera, it's not that bad. If you're gonna extend it out from your body and you're using one hand like this, yeah, that's gonna get awkward. But if you've got it closer to your body with two hands, you're not gonna have really any problems. Now, I love the fact where they've put the joystick on the back. It makes it just being able to pan and tilt and all that kind of stuff just extremely easy if you just choose to use the actual joystick. I think that's awesome. I love the fact on the front as well, we also get the trigger, and that will recenter it, which I think is just a really great thing. And you can also like lock the focus to go forward no matter which way you move it, which I also think is great. I'll follow this up on the review about all that kind of stuff. The grip feels great as well. And just the build quality is awesome, and it handled the wind situation really well. There were some wobbles there, but some of it was just because I was trying it one-handed. Then I realized, okay, no, I should be using it with two hands. It's probably gonna work better that way. So in my opinion, this would be a two-handed gimbal. I like this a whole lot more than my experience with the Moza Aircross. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. This is just something that I'm gonna put out there because I had a pretty bad experience with mine. It was clearly faulty, but that's not to say this won't have a problem coming up down the track, but I hope it doesn't. So overall, Build quality wise is great. The functionality is awesome. I love having full manual control over the gimbal actually on it, so I don't have to keep breaking out my phone every few seconds to recenter it and all that kind of stuff. So for me, it just feels intuitive to use, and yeah, it's a bit of a behemoth, but you know what? It's kind of cool. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you already own one of these as well, or you're thinking of buying one, also post down there. What can I tell you? I'm pretty impressed. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Stay tuned for my full review coming up. I'm gonna leave it a few weeks because I wanna use this and get some different type of test footage in different type of situations, and then I'll also shoot a whole lot of regular speed footage because that's what a lot of people don't seem to see a lot of on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. Thanks again, catch you soon. See ya.